I got new feet! Okay, so I didn't quite get new feet. My feet are still mine. But if you remember from my I was misdiagnosed video, or dismissive doctors are dangerous as I've called it, I'll put a link to that up there and I'll put it down in the description as well so you can stay here for this video. But if you watched that video, you might remember me saying that my rheumatologist was going to refer me to orthotics because I have a dodgy ankle which overpronates. Not a huge issue, but something that is causing pain and could be easily remedied by seeing orthotics and seeing what they could do for me. And today I finally had that appointment, and as you can tell by my face, it went really well. Yay! I saw an orthotist? I saw a dude. And he was really nice. He sort of looked at my feet. I'm not going to demonstrate this on my feet now because I think that would be quite difficult to film. But basically, when you push up, so pretend this is my leg and this is my foot. When you put pressure here, you're supposed to be able to bend it to about 10 to 20 degrees. But with mine, he struggled to get it to 90 degrees. Because I'm hypermobile, that foot is the exception. My other foot kind of goes there, but not, it's still a bit of a struggle. But the rest of my feet, still quite bendy and free. But then he looked at my right foot and my big toes, they bend. They are bendy. Bendy boys. Discussing medical history and history of mobility aids because of my previous wheelchair use and not looking after myself. I don't recommend not looking after yourself. If you use a wheelchair for long periods of time and don't do any sort of stretches, you can get stiffer muscles. So my calf muscles are kind of, they're too short, so they don't stretch enough because I wasn't walking properly for a long time and I wasn't doing anything to stretch because nobody really told me because everybody thought I had fibro. This is why proper diagnoses are really important, but also having supportive doctors are important. He got me to stand and then he was like, can you stand on one leg? And I tried. My balance, not good. Because when I stand, my foot just kind of goes in. It's not good. So when I walk, that causes pain and stretching and sort of discomfort. When I walk, it kind of feels like when you walk on gravel or sand. It's not really stable and my feet are kind of doing all sorts when I'm stepping. Which is kind of why I can walk, but not very far. Kind of in part why I used a wheelchair in the past and on bad days still will, but also why I can get on a bike and do so much more than on foot. Because I'm not using my feet in that way on my bike and it's not weight bearing, so it's not a thing. Anyway, there was a whole lot of revelation today. We're like, that's why! And kind of, yeah. So let's move on to my new feet. Here are my insoles. They are just standard, off the wall, can have them today, don't need any casting done or anything for them, and easy to get placements for, which is that's the best thing I could have hoped for. Is just, here you go, here's a pair of insoles, and ta-da, just go and walk. Nothing complicated, nothing extra, nothing too much, just don't put these on my face. They've been on my feet. Today is day 1 with these, and I don't know how well you can really see it, but there's the bottom of it. Don't know whether you can really see it. It goes up a bit. There's a hard plastic bit on the bottom of the heel. ASMR. And then this floppy bit for like cushioning, which is quite nice. And these just fit in my shoes. Shoes, insole. Ta-da! Just goes in my shoe. Then I put my shoe on and walk. Let me tell you, my feet feel like brand new feet. They feel stable and they're not painless, but they are so much better. And I can just walk and not worry about what my feet are going to do. I roll my ankles a lot and it kind of hurts, but I fall over a lot and it feels like that's going to happen less. And with that, I have some physio to do. And they have really nice posters on the wall. Where I was, it was like a physio and orthotics department together. And it just says, physio is something you do, not something you have. So I have lots of physio to do for the foreseeable. I say lots, it's not that much. It's a couple of stretches, a couple of times a day. That's really not that much. And considering like that's just that much to get so much relief and comfort is so good. But I'll show you that in a minute. He also said to avoid flat shoes like the plague, which I kind of do. These are like my only flat shoes. I think I have a pair of Converse somewhere. These will fit in any shoe, really, hopefully. So they should fit in my Converse. I might try them in my Converse, but if they're not supportive, I'm not doing it, because I value my health and I value any reduction of pain that I can get. So if I just pick a slightly different pair of shoes, then I pick a slightly different pair of shoes. So that's really good. I'm so happy. I'm having a good day today. So I just wanted to tell you about my new feet. Any sort of, just like a small heel will also help me out a lot, as well as my new feet. And no, I will not stop calling them my new feet. You will have to fight me on this one and you won't win, because to me they are new feet. But I also got a leaflet of stuff about my insole. There's not really much there isn't really much to say about. It's just how to pick good footwear. There's deep at the heel and sides in order to accommodate the insole. So I will, I need to try on shoes before I buy them, because it's a bad habit I have of just going, yes, I am a size 3, I will just pick up these shoes in a size 3. But now I'm going to try them on. To begin with, get used to your insoles gradually, even if you're replacing an old pair. If the insoles feel rigid and supportive, don't wear your insoles for more than an hour on the first day. I can't promise not to do that, because they feel so much more like feet. And I'm just excited of how much pain I'm not in. But we'll see how I feel, because I do feel tender in a few new places, but obviously that's to be expected. It's like breaking in a new pair of shoes, which I also jump in at the deep end with. Build this time up each day for the next 7 to 10 days, but if your feet hurt or ache, break in over a longer period. It is common for one foot to feel more natural than the other. That is true, but that's also because one of my feet is much worse than the others. Others? Zzz. I'm not with the words so much, ever. Once insoles are broken in, wear as much as possible to feel the benefit, transferring them to as many shoes as possible. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my insoles in all of my shoes and probably get rid of shoes that they don't fit in, because I'm probably not going to wear those shoes. It may take up to 8 weeks to know whether they're helping with your initial problem, so you need to persevere and give them time to work. Yes, absolutely, I'm going to do that. One pair of insoles are supplied initially, so these were free on the NHS, because that's how the NHS works. And also another reason why I'm definitely going to persevere, because the NHS wastes loads and loads of money on people that don't persevere with treatment, or people that go and get a prescription for paracetamol, things like that. So I am incredibly grateful that I get these on the NHS, and I am going to give them my best shot, and if they're not working, it's not going to be because I didn't give it time. And I encourage you all to do the same, and if it's not working, go back to your doctor, don't just stop. When these wear out, we will either refurbish or replace the insoles depending on the type you have. The lifespan of your insoles will depend on the type issued, your activity level and frequency of use. You can buy more if you want. I have a pair of pointed toe shoes, but they have a heel on them, so I might be able to get away with not wearing them, but if not, I'm going to buy a new pair and cut the insoles out for those. Would they even fit? Here's my leaflet of physio. Let's get on with it now. Hello. So I realised I set my camera up without explaining, so I'm down here now. But this first calf stretch is a word I cannot pronounce, but stand with one foot in front of the other with the back leg you are going to stretch. Place a 10mm thick block or book under the inside edge of your foot. Keep Keep your toes facing forwards, keep your back leg straight and bend your front knee. You should feel a stretch down the back of your calf. Hold for 30 seconds, repeat 3 times. I'm not going to make you watch me do it 3 times for 30 seconds, but I'll speed it up. Hello. So the next stretch I have to do is stand on a step and hold onto a rail if needed. Yes, I have a stick somewhere for that. Lower your heels below the level of the step, keeping the balls of your feet on the step. You should feel a stretch down the back of your calves. You can try this on just one leg. Let's try it with both for now because my balance is not great. Hold stretch for 30 seconds and repeat 3 times. That's the stretches. There is another one, but it relies on the use of a stretchy elastic band. I don't have one of those, nor do I have the money to go out and buy one right now, but when I get paid I will invest when I can, but for now I think that's enough for me to be getting on with while I get used to my new feet. Don't forget to like this video, drop a comment down below if you have any questions or some solidarity for new feet. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time with at least one bonus video every single month. See ya!